It's a great day to be in life now. Thank you so much for tuning in to another awesome episode of the show. This is your host, Coach TMB, and I am so excited about today's show. In the studio with us today, we have the CEO/president of the Deb Williams Agency. We have Deb Williams with us today, and we're going to be learning so much about what she's doing and something new, and she's being a trailblazer in this movement, but she's going to be sharing some information with us today on how to become a model if you're 40 years or over. So let's welcome Deb into the show. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
You are so welcome. I'm excited to have you here. This is going to be a great show.
Yes.
So listen, Deb, you know, you are this wonderful businesswoman who has been doing amazing things here in the city of Grand Rapids. But for those people who are tuning in to the show today who may not be familiar with who you are, why don't you just share a little bit about who Deb Williams is?
Sure thing. I am an insurance agent. First and foremost, I'm a mom. And I've been in the insurance business since I came out of high school. So it runs deep in my blood.
Okay.
In regards to first 10 years of my insurance career, I worked with an insurance company.
Okay.
And enjoyed that process and working through the corporate ladder. But then as time wore on, I enjoyed the one-on-one with the customer.
Okay.
And so I made the transition about 15 years into my career to make the switch over to being an agent.
An agent.
And was brought on board and trained through another agency, enjoyed the process.
Okay.
You build a series of clientele through your education, through getting them signed up for their insurance policy, and over time they stay with you.
Okay.
And so in doing that, I began to partner with some other agencies and help them to grow their business very successfully, just doing what I love to do, which was talking to people and educating them about insurance.
Wow.
And so probably about 4 years or so ago, I made the conscious decision that instead of partnering with someone, I was going to make the transition, break away, and actually do it for myself.
Your own thing.
So about 3.5, 4 years ago, I went underneath the Deb Williams Agency, still providing the same products and the same service with the same customers, but just being able to have more control of the agency. And so I've loved that transition.
And I can tell, I feel the passion
Yes.
oozing out of you. But you know, I want to go back for a moment because, you know, I try to be prepared for everyone that comes on the show. And when I was researching you, I saw 30 years and I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Yes.
But you said right out of high school.
Yes.
What was it at that time? How do I want to ask you this question? Graduating out of high school, going into insurance, what was the interest there?
I know, because no one graduates saying, I think I'd like to be an insurance agent.
Okay, come on.
So that thought never crossed my mind. And I always tell this story for a lot of the younger ladies who have gotten pregnant right out of high school.
Okay.
I had an opportunity to go to college, and within my first semester of college, I was pregnant. I actually was pregnant during my last few months of high school.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to parents, you kind of hide that information, and so you move forward, and it's like, okay, here's life. It didn't quite start off the way I wanted it to,
right.
But it is not the end of the world.
Yes.
I had wonderful, loving parents that basically said there is nothing wrong with you. You are now going to be a mom. So now you have to figure out how to be able to provide for you and your daughter. So in doing that, I sought employment right out of high school. I was fortunate enough in school, and I tell the young girls, take full advantage of the resources in high school. I took all of the typing classes just so that I'm dating myself. There was not computers.
Yes,
I took typing, and I was very fluent in my speed and in my typing skills. And so my first job was in clerical at an insurance agency, hired me on the spot, and I started working in insurance. And I've always been the type of person to say, how do I make myself better? So I started as the receptionist, moved to a policy typist, moved to the mailroom area, always looking for the higher income. Worked my way through that and through a couple companies, through the underwriting department, through the claims department, and therefore my 10-year career on the corporate side but always saying, I absolutely love the one-on-one contact with customers. And then there was an agent who said, have you ever considered being an agent?
Wow.
I think you'd be wonderful because there are not enough minority agents in the business.
I love that you just shared that.
And he is the one who pushed me to that next level.
It sounds like he saw something in you that maybe you hadn't recognized for yourself at that particular moment.
Absolutely, because I was probably in my late 20s.
Okay.
And I didn't, sometimes you don't see down the road at that age. And he says, if you make the switch, I guarantee you'll be a lot happier dealing with the customers. You are very fluent, you're very knowledgeable, and the way you explain it back makes perfect sense to people. And I was in the claims department. So I was the one that says what's paid and what's not paid. And sometimes that creates drama.
Yes, talk about it.
So you have to know how to word it in such a way that they understand how their policy reads. Okay. I always used to say to a customer, I can tell you what you want to hear, or I can tell you what you need to know.
Oh, that's good. There's a difference.
And it would immediately calm them down to at least hear what I had to say, because your policy reads a certain way. And I said, I guess I do kind of have
a knack for this.
Okay, so
I love it.
So I said, I'm going to make the transition, and I went to work for an agency, and he was able to train me and then allow me to go and get my insurance license.
Wow.
So in order to be an agent in the state of Michigan, you have to be licensed.
Okay.
And he paid for the schooling and for me to go through that process, and I love it, and I'm still doing it.
And you know what? I love your story, and you are a black woman with a hat. I'm getting all tongue-tied, y'all, because I'm excited. But you are a black woman who has a small business here in the city of Grand Rapids. There are so many young women right now who are watching this show who can already identify with a little bit of your story that you shared about being pregnant, still in high school, coming out and entering into the world and trying to figure out, what am I going to do? For those women, because I was one of those women, but for those women who are watching you right now and they see this regal woman who's doing what she's doing today, what words of wisdom or encouragement could you sow into them so that they can, keep going or come out of that dark place?
To the younger woman or to the older woman?
To the woman who is in that position right now, the younger ones.
Yes.
And for the older women who are still maybe trying to figure it out.
What I would say to that younger woman.
Look into that camera.
What I would say to that younger woman is simply that life isn't over for you because it didn't go the way you planned. Because that's life. Oftentimes it doesn't go the way that we have it planned. However, you have resources. So just be able to redirect yourself, realize it's not the end of the world, but use the strengths that you have in order to move yourself forward. I've always told people I am not college educated, but it did not stop me from getting where I need to be. What it did do for me was pull out the entrepreneurial spirit to say, how can I propel myself? I came from an era when if you went to college and you were with child, you could not stay on campus. So you had to remove yourself from college. Nowadays, you can go to college with your child and still continue your education. So I would encourage those young ladies to continue to move forward with a child, but make the necessary adjustments. You will still get to where you want to be. You just may have to go about it in a different way. But don't let anybody ever tell you you can't get to where you are. For my older ladies, I would say to you, oftentimes we have to learn how to reinvent ourselves.
Oh, that's good.
We live in the shadows of someone else doing what we feel is right for everyone else, and that it would be selfish for us to remember our dreams, our goals, and our vision. I went through a divorce about 4 years or so ago, and I had to learn how to reinvent myself. So this is me still becoming, but it has been a wonderful process. And what I would encourage those women to do is learn to live outside your fear. Whatever it is that you are afraid to do that. I totally changed my life by doing all the things that I thought I couldn't do, and I just went for it.
Oh, I love that.
So that's what I would say to the old and to the young.
That's powerful.
Is that it's never it's never too late. We all get 24 hours.
Say that again. We all
get 24 hours in a day to get to where we need to be.
To get to where we need to be. And here you are today, a few years later.
Just a few short years later.
Come on now.
Because when you make the conscious decision to make change, it moves quickly.
Yes.
And you just have to rise to the occasion. But that doesn't mean that fear doesn't show up.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that doubt doesn't show up.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean that times we'll say to ourselves, you know, I wish I was that other person.
Mm-hmm.
But you're further to the new person
yes.
than you were from the old
yes.
person. And I say, go for it.
And that, I love what you just said, because that just embodies why change is good.
Yes.
And a lot of times, and I want to hear you talk back to me on this, but a lot of times when change happens, it comes unexpectedly.
Absolutely.
Life happens.
Oh my goodness.
What am I going to do? Oh my God, my life is falling apart. But you just shared to face that fear.
Yes.
And
yes.
keep going.
There you go. And here's life.
Come on.
Here's life. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Sometimes life goes good for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and everything lines up just
yes.
right. You get the job, you get the car, you get the husband, you know, you get the house, and everything just lines up.
Yes.
But as my mom always says, keep living long enough, and it'll just long enough.
Yes, come on, Deb.
The down times come. We just have to plan and prepare. You can never plan for it, but you have to prepare for it and be strong enough to know, I know the upswing's coming.
Yes.
I just got to get through the downturn. And my times took me totally off my kilter. You just don't plan it or expect it, and it takes your breath away.
Yes.
Hits you in the gut.
Yes.
But then you say, okay, can I recover from this? Because guess what? I have a little one who's looking at me, or I have a family. I have to keep moving.
That's right.
And I can't fix it unless I keep moving.
That's right. That's right.
So,
and I think too, it's in those times, those down times, those going through times, those are the places where we are really made.
Absolutely.
Where our foundation is really put together. We get to see what we're standing on, right?
Yes. And you say, God, why me?
Yes.
And then he says, why not you?
Come on. That's good.
And so, but then when you get to the upswing and you look back, you say, I needed all of that to get me to where I am right now. I mean, had I not gone through and someone said, why not do your own business? I am making a lot of other people very successful and doing what I get up and do anyway. So, hey, Deb, why not do that for yourself? But I was afraid. So you tend to hide in the shadows. I'm good in support. I'll help somebody else get better. I'll help the husband, I'll help the partner, I'll help another employee.
That's good.
And you help, and you stay behind the curtain. And then you say, why not you? So I was hiding a little bit out of fear. And then I said, what is the process to get me from a partner to an owner? And I got in front of the right people, because that's what God will do. When you take one step, he'll take two.
Girl, that's what I'm talking about.
In front of the right people to say, I had one of the owners from another association say to me, it takes you 8 pages to get to where you need to be. 8 pages. It's signing the contract. And
that's rich.
For 3 years, I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't really do this because it's going to cost me too much money to start an agency. And they're like, but you're doing it already.
You're doing it already. Come on.
So how do you get from here to here? 8 pages. What are you doing, Deb?
Let's go.
And when I conquered the fear of it and got everything signed and done, it's wonderful because I get up every morning with the passion of knowing I'm doing this for me. And I'm setting the example for my 2 children because I want them to develop into business owners.
Oh my God.
Because there's nothing in the world like the feeling of ownership.
Yes, yes, yes. So hence now you have started a new movement, Mature Modeling Management.
Yes.
Before you share with the audience what that is all about, you are a model.
Yes.
Where did that interest come from at this season in life? Can I say it like that?
Yes, yes, that's very, very well put, very well put. And I might add that I am a working model, meaning I am paid to do what I do. So
that's
I
it.
just will add that special little
that little nugget.
Because my business mind, again, what I've gone through trained me for where I am now. I look at everything from my business mind. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it with the sense of I'm not going to just show up and do pictures for the sake of doing pictures. Everything has a purpose and a meaning behind actually getting signed with an agency. So in a nutshell, I had an agency look at my pictures, and then they gave me a call. That was 2 years ago. I was 48 years old. And she basically says, would you like to come into the office and sit down to talk? And I thought that season in life had passed at 48.
You just blessed somebody right there.
And so that is my whole purpose of this. It was something that I had not expected. It was not anything that I had pursued. I was okay in doing the one business, but God has a way of giving us more than what we could have ever asked for or imagined to see what will we do with it.
What will we do with it? Yes.
And people say God blesses us so that we can be a blessing to someone else. So I went to sit down and visit with her. She said before I came, if you have any other pictures, bring them. And literally a month prior, and the photographer will validate my story, a month prior, I was trying to build a website for my business, so I had her come out and take pictures for the website. So
you thought.
So I thought, but I had pictures ready when she asked, and that's why I always said, don't get ready, stay ready. And I showed up with my pictures, and she signed me on the spot, and I just had no concept of that entire industry. So I don't have a fashion background, you know, I don't have a prior modeling background. I had no understanding up until 2 years ago. And so then a few weeks later she sent me on a commercial, and I'm like, what do I do? How am I supposed to stand, sit, walk, act, and it's just be yourself.
Wow.
So that was fun to learn, but also very stressful and very fearful because you don't know what you're supposed to do. So over the last 2 years, I've pretty much perfected the craft of what you should do, what you should bring, how you should stand, incorporating some acting if you're going to do a commercial, some print work, and I've kind of pulled it all together. And in February, I launched the Mature Model Management. Mature
Model Management. I love that name.
And it's strictly for the sake of those men and women that are over the age of 40 that are interested in getting into the business. Because I kind of walked the trail that I had nobody to reach back and ask, how do you do these things?
I love that.
I am simply, my job is twofold. It is a consulting company. I am not a management company, but my job is to A, get you ready, and B, get you noticed.
So with you saying that right there, for those women who are interested in going down this road, what is the, how do I want to say this, what is the top 3 things that you share with people who are interested in doing something like this?
Perfect. I share with them preparation. You have to know what to do and expect.
You have to know what to do and expect.
For number 1. Number 2, you have to have photos. Nothing happens unless you have photos. That is our business card in order to get noticed.
That's the billboard, isn't it?
That's it. And then the third thing is you have to know how to submit your photos so that you can get yourself noticed. I help you get your foot in the door.
I hope you get your foot in the door.
I help you get your foot in the door. Now,
there's a story behind that.
There is. You put in the work, you get your foot in the door, and once you are in the door, you know how to do an interview, you know what to expect, how to present yourself. And then you're on your way. And then you're on your way. So those would be my top things. When I just did the seminar last month, I taught on the 4 P's.
The 4 P's.
For them to get themselves ready, and that was preparation, photos, presentation, and promotion.
Now let me ask you a question about the photos, because this is just my opinion, but I think that's like one of the major things that one needs to have. Because everybody wants to see how you, what you look like. What's the importance of that?
The importance of that is nothing happens in this industry unless they see you. It's not saying that the industry is shallow or superficial, but that is your calling card. So if I am the agent and I am trying to book you on a job, and I have Steelcase says we need XYZ faces for a shoot, she has got to go into her arsenal of models that are signed and pull those people, I call them hangers.
Okay.
We are hangers.
Hangers.
For when they need us. So she has to be able to pull.
Just like in your closet.
Just like, and you have different hangers in your closet that serve a purpose.
Oh, you
so
helping
she has
us.
to be able to pull the hanger, but she has to be able to submit her group to the company and let the company say, we want this one, this one, this one. Well, that happens with your photos.
Okay.
So photos are huge in this business. They have to see what it is they're getting. And like I tell the ladies, however you start your look is the look that you have to keep. Because if she's selling a 6-foot-tall, short-haired black woman, I have to, and they say, I want that woman, I have to go to that shoot and show up exactly how that photo looks.
Oh, that's rich.
If I show up with long blonde hair, that's going to be a deal breaker, and they cannot use that particular hanger. And that's what I tell them. In this industry, you have to know it's not you. You become a hanger, and your agent books you on assignments based upon how you look.
How you look.
As a hanger.
Now, here's something else that I hear, too, when it comes to modeling. And I know this now, but it's not always, well, okay, initially when you think about modeling, you think about this beautiful, you know, person. But it's more than just the beauty. What else, what other attributes are they looking for?
There are so many categories of modeling. So I will speak to my group of the over 40. I am encouraging them to become lifestyle models. That is the easiest line or the easiest hanger to be able to get into. What a lifestyle model is we sell a product or a service, and it is our job to look as natural and as believable as possible as we sell that product or service. So if you are sitting at home watching me drink a cup of coffee, do I look believable to you? So if I am, the younger women and men tend to do more high fashion or couture because they are selling clothing. So if I had a high fashion couture person selling you a cup of coffee, that wouldn't be as believable to you. As an older person sitting at a Starbucks with a girlfriend or a husband sipping on a cup of coffee, that makes sense.
Yes, it
and
does.
what I tell people is to begin to watch the commercials that you see on TV. Oftentimes we flip the channels when they're on, but you will see that there's more older, mature models selling those products or services.
You're right. And that was, so that's where we come in with mature model management. And you help people prepare for those types of
lifestyle modeling.
Lifestyle modeling.
So if I am selling pancakes at the IHOP and I'm sitting having breakfast with my husband, they want to see two people who look believable that they're actually sitting in a restaurant having coffee. So the makeup has to be very natural. The hair has to be very natural. It cannot be overstated. And the clothing are natural. Most assignments I go to, I'm bringing my own outfits.
Wow. Okay. Now, that's a good one right there. You said you're bringing your own outfits. Do you encourage the clients that you work with to, or maybe you partner with someone, I don't know, but do you encourage them to get styling help?
I do, and I've actually given them a directory of certain stylists that are in the area. I'm always big on using local business whenever possible, because here's what happens in the over 40. Oftentimes those ladies are still stuck in the same hairstyle, the same makeup, and the same clothes, because we take care of everybody else in the household,
oh, that's
and
good,
then
Deb.
we do ourselves last. So now when we say, let's throw on a really nice outfit, and excuse me, it may be some frumpy dress that they had in the closet for 20 years ago, but they think they look really nice, and it's all they have. So a stylist can help them. I am big on thrifting. I will go and thrift. I will take some old pieces and add them with new pieces and still rock it. There are a lot of stores around here, and a lot of the stylists can be able to help them to either redo what's in their closet or tell them what pieces are important for them to have. We had a celebrity stylist at our workshop, and he encouraged ladies to always invest in a wrap dress.
I love that. Yes.
In a wrap dress, because it, it can work with whatever body type that they have.
See, I know a little bit.
Yes. So you're doing very well. But yes, oftentimes those women, again, I spoke earlier about being able to reinvent yourself. You have to throw a lot of stuff out in the way we do things. You know, some lady may have thought that for years she's always pulled her hair back, and it's like you may want to have to cut your hair or do something different with the makeup. I encourage them for the photo shoot, tone the makeup all the way down. They want to actually see you and see your
Because
features.
you said natural. I remember a few moments ago you said natural.
Very, very natural. They want to see the skin looks natural. So we do have to take care of ourselves, and we do have to make sure that we're healthy and that we are working out. And that's another elephant in the room. Oftentimes at our age, we tend to let ourselves go because we've had to take care of everyone else. I encourage the ladies to get back in the gym. It is not about being buff. It's not about being a size 6. It's being a size healthy.
Oh, that's good.
Healthy.
Yes.
Lifestyle modeling is about the dress size,
Deb.
not about your actual
That's good.
measurements. But you still have to be healthy. The skin has to look healthy, and you have to feel good because we have to portray natural.
I love it. So listen, you know, we're running out of time, so I think we're going to have to bring you back.
Absolutely.
We're going to have to bring you back.
It is my new passion. So.
We're bringing you back. We're going to do some segments with you. But for those ladies and for those men who are listening to you talk right now, and you've just sparked something, look into that camera and tell them where can they go or how can they get more information.
Fantastic. At this time, we're trying to pull together, we've already set up one of a 3-part series of workshops. My goal again is to get you prepared and noticed. Session number 1 was an introductory session. Session number 2 is going to be coming up on April the 16th. It will be a full-on photo shoot with 4 photographers, 2 to 3 outfit changes. There's still time available for you. If you do want to get into that course, you need to contact me ASAP, at least by Wednesday, so that I can bring you up to speed on session 1, so that you come to session 2 prepared with the right outfits. They all have to be giving a wardrobe list of what they should be bringing to the photo shoot. And our last workshop is an actual interview in front of agency owners, because I'm not going to do all this and not actually try to get you signed. And you will also have an opportunity to come under individual management with me if it is an opportunity that you want to continue more of. Our desire is to travel from city to city, bringing this opportunity to other over 40 men and women. So I appreciate the opportunity again to be able to share with them my journey.
Oh my God, we need you.
I'm still going through, but I am loving every single step of the process.
And we love you for doing what you're doing. So I just want to take this moment right now to recognize you publicly. Thank you so much. Such a beautiful gift. All right, family. Didn't we just have a great time with Deb Williams from the Deb Williams Agency? Listen, I hope that the words that she has shared with you today have inspired, empowered, and challenged you into learning how to live your best life. So until next time, peace.